I think it's time to blow this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
There it is.
And
That's probably one of my favorite intros that we have.
yeah, I do love
I think we need to add a little Wednesday Addams dancing.
Done. I will work on that. That'll give me a project.
And yeah, and then maybe update my footage.
That
was for the early days when the videos looked not as polished. Not that they're super polished now.
A little grainy or early days.
Yeah, I think back then we still had the 720p broadcasting too, so it doesn't look as crisp. So yeah, anyways, welcome everyone to the show. We got a few cool things here. Unfortunately, Josh couldn't join us. He got caught in a theater with Frank Miller's thing. Yeah, we got really deep into Frank Miller's thing, the thing last week, Kyle.
Yeah, have you seen that drawing Frank Miller has done of the thing? That's just kind of.
Yeah, I think so. I think I saw a clip you guys posted on.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Good. I'm glad you watch our content, Kyle.
I just had to come by it. That's all.
I'm glad you get to watch us act like 6-year-olds, making immature jokes. I think both clips that I posted were, one of them was about that was a Frank Miller clip, and then what was the other dumb nonsense that we said? I learned a word.
Oh yeah, that's what I thought it was. Was that was the Frank
so Miller that was clip. Yeah. So fuck, I don't even remember the word that I learned anymore.
Go.
Pollyannish.
Pollyannish. That's right. This is the Pollyannish episode of the show. But yeah, we'll do more of that stuff. So today's show is going to be twofold. We're going to talk about first our favorite movies of last year. And then, now that Kyle has seen Black Adam, I think we want to have a little bit more of an extra discussion there.
Yes, we need
to talk The Rock's out.
And
we need to talk about Black Adam.
And then, if we have time, then we'll go through the rest of the stuff. Because there's been a few... We didn't get to talk about comics last week. Well, we didn't get to talk about recent comics last week. We only talked about comics from last year.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll get through all that stuff. So let's kick it off with some movies, and we'll just kind of go around the bend. I can start, and it doesn't have to be a ranking. We don't need like a top list. Just like some favorite movies that you watched last year, or movies from 2022 that you really enjoyed. So yeah, let's see. What do I want to kick it off with? I was in my buddy Rob invited me to his channel on Thursday, so I already did talk about some of this stuff. And I purposely didn't put like just my top stuff to kind of talk about a few things, but I'm gonna start with Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. I love that movie. As I've mentioned multiple times, that movie has made all other Pinocchio movies like obsolete. They shouldn't even try. They should just leave Pinocchio alone for like a decade or two.
Dang.
Because yeah, have either of you guys watched this? It's on Netflix now.
No.
Okay.
I didn't have any interest in it.
I highly recommend it because it combines a bunch of things that I love. First of all, stop motion animation.
The stop motion looks really cool and original.
Obviously, you have Ben Kenobi voicing the cricket. He's just called the cricket in this movie.
Alec Guinness is alive.
Oh, yeah, they use his voice. They use clips. It's funny. He only says dialogue from the first Star Wars movie.
I mean, come on, why not? We're gonna get a computer voice in Darth Vader now.
Yeah, but at least he consented to it, and he's getting paid off of it. But yeah, Ewan McGregor is the cricket, and we have Christoph Waltz is in it. Tilda Swinton voices somebody. It's a Guillermo del Toro movie, so of course Ron Perlman voices someone. So that was, I love that, the animation. I love the cast. I'm not a big song musical guy, but there's a few songs in here that are okay, that's pretty cool. And then obviously my favorite thing of the movie is that it has a huge message of fuck fascism, because this takes place in Italy during the fascist regime. So,
oh shit, really?
Yeah. I'm telling you, this is I've never read the original Pinocchio stuff, the original source material, but I think it was definitely a commentary on all the stuff that was going on there at the time in Italy. And I think Del Toro brings a little bit of that, or maybe what he interprets. So, highly enjoy that. So yeah, make sure to go check it out. Clay, I'm gonna throw it to you, and then like I said, we'll just kind of go around till we run out of stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna start in December because I'm still in love with Violent Night. I mean, David Harbour, we love. I specifically am a super David Harbour fan, and seeing him play Santa in basically Santa Claus in Die Hard is awesome. I love that movie, and I could watch that over and over again. I just laughed and just had a blast during the whole thing. It does have some very meta moments, and you kind of, you see it being a little campy at times, but it's just so much fun. And John Leguizamo is a great bad guy. I just love him being the evil person in this, and just kind of eating up the scenery every time he comes on to talk about killing one of the family or something. Did either of you see this?
Not yet.
Yeah, I did. I mean, we had if you want more of our discussion on this whole thing and how we both feel about it, we did half a show about it. I think it was a late stream, but yeah, we have something on the channel for that. But I quite enjoyed it. I don't know that it became the Christmas classic that it seems like it's becoming for you.
It is an all year classic. I could put that on all year and just enjoy Christmas as people are killed, blown up, shot, chopped. It's so much fun.
Yeah, I agree. Cool. Kyle, what did you watch in 22 that was your favorite stuff?
Really, when it came down to anything, I'm trying to look at all the movies that I didn't see much movies in 2022, and the only two that really I like that count, they're saying count as movies, are Werewolf by Night and the Guardians Christmas holiday special. I'll be sure to honest.
I also have the Werewolf by Night. I think the Werewolf by Night special is the best thing Marvel put out last year.
Yeah, it's definitely better than a lot of the films they put out. I mean, I'm not saying the films were horrible.
Yeah, exactly. Right. I'm not saying the films are bad either. If I'm looking at I have my Letterboxd pulled up, and the films I have, Thor and Multiverse of Madness, I have them at a 4. Wakanda Forever as well, a 4. Yeah. So I liked all the movies. I just thought the special, maybe both specials were better.
I think the specials were definitely better than the films.
Yeah, I think so. And maybe it's because they just had a shorter story to tell and not have to tie into the bigger Marvel.
Well, I'll give one because it was James Gunn.
Okay.
That man's giving carte blanche to do whatever he wants, and so he's kind of I'm just gonna have fun and make the series or piece that I want to see.
Yeah.
As to again, who directed Werewolf by Night?
It was Michael Giacchino.
And he hadn't done much before that, right?
Well, he's more of a music person.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Because so yeah, I mean, he had a great year, which his name will probably come up later on in the show as well. But yeah, what a way for Gunn to begin his farewell tour of Marvel, right? We got Guardians 3 coming out this year, but if that's a little taste of what he's got in store, as far as emotional beats. Like this one was a little bit more cheery. The Guardians 3 movie doesn't look as cheery as the special's gonna be.
If I cry over a raccoon, oh man, I'm gonna
He's the man
feel
to do
like
it.
I'm gonna come out after like Kevin Smith and just start recording myself after Guardians
Oh,
3.
please, just a minute of it so we can put it on the clips.
I need to watch Kevin and do a true parody of him doing those. Those are great.
Just go back to his original video of the Flash when he speaks to his mom.
Yeah, that's probably the best one.
That's the best one, the Flash.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the original. Yeah.
Since we're talking about Marvel, quick tangent, because what would this show be without a tangent? Did you guys watch the Quantumania trailer, the latest one?
Oh, yeah.
That came out during the National Championship. This movie's gonna be a lot darker than I thought it was gonna be.
MODOK's in it twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's twice because I know I said that there's that one spot, but when they walk into a room, you can see him down in the bottom corner, and you see his giant bald head.
And he's got
You
he's got a face, not so much the metallic sheen thing.
I mean,
Yeah, I've seen that.
I had to say it, but it feels like 2022 was the start of Marvel kind of going down a darker road. I mean, come on, Multiverse of Madness was kind of
Yeah.
I mean, Thor, kind of deals with Jane having cancer and having and losing your family and stuff like that. Then we got Wakanda. You're coming off the death of T'Challa,
Yeah.
and then now this one, it's gonna be like, dear God.
Well, if you think about it, though, like the people who are getting Marvel in movie form is such a compressed version of what we get, and as we've grown up, Peter Parker kind of grew up, kind of started becoming like he went from high school to college, and he became a teacher, and so you have that kind of growth. So I feel like in the Harry Potter films, it shows it the best because like by the time you get to the 5th film, it gets real adult. And I think we're into the phase of Marvel movies that should be more adult because the kids who started seeing this were watching Iron Man in 2008.
Yeah.
So they've kind of grown up with it. And you could always take kids back to the start and just have them watch those films, to kind of get there. But I don't even think the early Marvel films are very kid-friendly. Iron Man definitely is not a kid-friendly film. He's killing a lot of people in that movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that's definitely one thing the MCU is definitely taking. It's like, oh, we're heroes, we can kill.
Yeah, and it's very, very pre-Me Too movement. So
Yeah.
you see Tony be Tony in ways that aren't really accepted anymore.
I do hope that they don't all do the same, like, let's go dark type of thing at the same time.
Right. I mean, because we're still going to get the, Ms. Marvel. I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like that's
Well, I mean, that
definitely
one could
a
go
kid,
dark too, like very easily.
but it's aimed
Not Ms.
for
Marvel, the
kids
Marvels.
right now. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, the Marvels, but I mean, I feel like Ms. Marvel will come back with a second season and definitely be a kid-directed show. Like
That's
that's
true.
for kids getting into comics right now.
Well, how about She-Hulk?
Yeah,
She-Hulk's very adult. She-Hulk is definitely a sitcom.
Yeah,
for-
but not dark. It was
Yeah,
you can
no,
be
you're
lighter
right,
than
you're
that
right.
series.
So maybe the TV stuff is gonna remain the shining beacon. Which, speaking of the TV stuff, and we'll get back to the movies in just a second. I know we watch a lot of stuff because we love all this garbage. But there's people that don't watch everything, right? So I've been seeing like little videos or TikToks of people like, did you know that Loki hinted at Kang? And I was like, Loki didn't hint at Kang. It gave us it was the start of Kang, right? I was like,
it was a Kang variant.
Not everybody takes the time to watch every little show like we do.
Yeah.
But I just found that really interesting that there's a big portion of the population that maybe they only watch the movie, so they don't even know that. I mean, they haven't seen Jonathan Majors be like, and I want to go back and rewatch that last episode with what's his name, the Beyond, what's the Beyond, he and the Beyond, or whatever his name is, the character. He's got a very weird, interesting
For some
name.
reason, I thought it was like the Man at the End of the Universe.
No.
Something like that. Let us know in the chat if you're watching live. You can make fun of us in the comments for not knowing.
And I just saw his action figure in the store yesterday.
Yeah, so anyways, yeah, I like his take on that character was really interesting, and then I love all the stuff like when you sync it up with some of the other movies. But yeah, at the end, like the end credit scene or the little whatever before the credits is like we see a statue of Kang.
He Who Remains.
He Who Remains. Yeah, there we go. I never would have got there on my own without looking it up. That's because I just keep thinking Beyonder. Or
Beyonder.
what are the Time Lords called? What is that place they live in?
Gallifrey?
DC.
Gallifrey, yeah. That I thought you were talking about Doctor Who.
Oh no!
Time
The
Lords are
DC
in
universe.
In the DC or Marvel?
In the DC universe, like
You said about Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay. The Time Lords like that Rip Hunter.
Yeah, their place is also called like something outside of time or something like that. Anyways, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see what Marvel brings. I mean, we'll be talking about that stuff. We already have a movie coming out next month. Ant-Man is next month, which is insane. So we'll definitely be talking about that as soon as we can. And then Wakanda Forever is coming out later this month on Disney Plus. So we'll finally be able to rewatch it and have an actual show about it. I don't think we've had a full discussion show about it. So stay tuned for that.
Vanishing Point.
The Vanishing Point. Thank you. So let me talk about a couple of. I'm gonna do a couple of horror things because it looks like I got a few more movies to talk about. So I think my favorite one of the year was probably Barbarian. This is on HBO.
Yeah.
It's the movie that everyone recommends you go into it not knowing anything about it.
Go in blind.
I quite agree. It was really, for somebody that doesn't spend their time watching like a lot of horror movies, like it felt fresh and new, even if this probably has been done a bunch of times somewhere else in other movies. So yeah, I really enjoy that. And then I want to give a quick shout out to Ty West put out 2 movies this year. X.
I got to see both of them. I haven't seen either.
I would say just wait till Maxine's out and then watch all 3 because so X came out this year, which I didn't even remember it was earlier this year until we were talking about it earlier this week. And then also I haven't seen Pearl because I think I'm just gonna wait and then we'll rewatch all 3 together. So yeah, Ty West, he's doing his own horror thing trilogy, and it's like I don't want to say B movie because the movies are very well made, but it has that feel of like that throwback feel of like the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre or something like that.
Like a real grindhouse look.
Yeah. I mean, and the way that they decided to make Pearl after just being already there shooting X was really interesting. So those are my horror. I'm looking through the list of my horror stuff. I think that would be probably all the stuff. And like I said, I don't watch much horror, but I do have AMC Plus now because I'm watching Mayfair Witches. So I'll probably use that to dip it into Shudder. So if you have any Shudder recommendations, drop them. In the comments. All right, Clay. Well, I guess there is one more horror movie, but maybe it's on Clay's list as well.
Okay. Then I will guess it. Is it Nope?
Nope.
Yep, Nope is on my list.
Yes.
I've watched it. I've watched it a couple of times now, and it might be my favorite Jordan Peele film. Like,
I agree. I think so too. I need to rewatch the other 2 to be sure, but
yeah.
I
mean, I really love Us, but I haven't gone back and rewatch it. I just love the creepy feeling of having this like doppelganger, and like, what is your doppelganger like, and what is, I guess what are the counters to your personality that would be? Because I loved the kid encountering his doppelganger, and since he was kind of obsessed with fire, his doppelganger had like burned himself and had this like disfigured face, and it was just like so unsettling. I still think about that. But yeah. Nope is a reverse Jaws. It's not, you're not safe anywhere in Nope, because if you're out in the open, you're not safe. I mean, it's just that little bit of coverage that keeps you from being seen by what do you want to call the ship? What do you want to, the aliens, the others? Do you have a name for it?
Is it a ship?
Or is it a living being?
Yeah.
Because when it opens up at the end, it's way different than the shit that we see. I could just talk about this movie for hours, but I should have gone into it with spoilers because I'm just talking about everything for the last 20 minutes.
Oh yeah,
but
I mean, Yeah, sorry, I guess spoilers ahead, but yeah, you guys should have known that. But I remember when I first talked about this, when I left the theater, I was like, I did a little quick like reaction, and I was like, this movie, it starts out feeling like Jaws, and then it turns into Encounters of the Third Kind, and then fucking ends with Evangelion.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I didn't think about that. Oh fuck. For me, like it's the cast is I mean, other than the lead Daniel, how do you say his name?
Kaluuya?
Kaluuya, yeah. I mean, I knew him from other stuff. I didn't know Kiki Palmer very well. She comes in and really dominates this film.
She's amazing. I love Kiki Palmer. I love the whole that it sparked, like, let her be Rogue, and I was like, yeah, I'm down for that.
But they give Daniel all these great moments to just act in silence. Like he gets the whole beginning of the film, but his dialogue is very limited. He gets to watch his dad die, and he's rushing him to the hospital. He's in the hospital, like he has to do the drive home, and you don't see anything other than his expression telling you what's happening in these scenes. Like, you know, and then Stephen Yeun, like there's a moment in the film where he gives the speech about being a kid on the set of that show where the monkey goes crazy.
Yep.
And that is like a monologue that not only you just have to be able to talk through because you're trying to tell it like it's funny, matter of fact stuff from SNL, but also he's reliving it in his mind. So you see his face as he goes through that trauma. Like it's very interesting the comments or the commentary that Peele has on trauma as entertainment. If we really think about trauma and what people go through and how it's like broadcast as reality TV now, like you see people go through so much heavy shit and it's considered entertainment.
Yeah,
and it's really weird. And like that was a kid on a sitcom in the 90s who they thought a monkey would be fine, and then it goes batshit. And Terry Notary, like I'm a big Planet of the Apes fan, and that last series had Terry Notary play Rocket in it. Terry Notary plays the monkey in Nope, and is so damn good. Just in the scenes where everything's gone awry, and he just has to kind of come in this body-filled room, beat a woman, and then recognize the kid and approach him and just be terrifying.
Oh, okay. He's a motion capture actor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I was like, what? I don't remember. Yeah. I was like, is that the film guy? Like, I don't think he'd be.
Well, that's what's weird is like, I'm such a big fan that when I saw the credits and it said Terry Notary, I was just like, is he doing motion capture for this film? Why would this film have motion capture? And I was like, does this film have a monkey in it? And then it opens up with a monkey, and I'm like, what is happening? Because there's nothing in the trailers about a monkey at all. But yeah, Nope has got like a lot of layers to it. Probably my favorite thing that I'm thinking about trying to recreate is a model of the home when the ship goes above it and rains blood and all the physical objects from the people it took from the rodeo.
Yeah,
because that is just the most horrific scene in the film, because it's like they're trapped inside and they don't know what to do, and it's just blood raining down, just remains of people and their watches and shit.
Yeah, it's really cool. And then it kind of gives you a hint of like what happened originally with the dad.
Yeah. Oh fuck. Yeah. They have like David Keith in there for like just a handful of scenes, but they're all so good. They all like ground that family together.
Dude, hell yeah! David Keith was in that, and then he was in League of Super Pets.
Who was he in that?
I'm trying to see who Keith David. I'm sorry, Keith David.
Keith David. I'm sorry.
He was Dog L. He was yeah. He was the dad dog of Crypto.
Yeah, Keith really David also plays Nick Fury in most Marvel games.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. Makes sense.
I played Marvel Heroes for 5 years, and he was always the one, giving out the orders of the game. So I always remember his voice as Fury more than Sam Jackson.
Gotta fuel up like a champ. So
tea time here.
Tea time. All right, Kyle. What else do you got? What else did you watch? I feel like we're just gonna throw out all the movies you watched last year since you didn't watch that many. It feels like.
Yeah, I know. I really didn't. Just trying to like. I mean,
I got a question.
Yeah.
Did you at any point eventually watch the Batman?
No.
Oh my god, I hate you so much.
No, I just had no interest in watching it. I'm kind of burned out on the Batman stuff because
it's different though. It's so different. I love when
everybody's explained to me. I mean, I got no interest in watching that movie. It just.
Oh
man, that sucks because I really want to just. I want to sit you down and watch it with you and just say, look, it's really good.
We're gonna Clockwork Orange you.
I've actually never seen that film.
Oh my god! Well, you've seen the gif of like the guy with his eyes held back, tied to a chair. That's what's gonna happen to you. Spoilers for Clockwork Orange.
I actually I watched Lightyear.
Oh, the Buzz Lightyear film. Yeah,
it was fun. It was fun. It was a different telling about the history of what Lightyear happens. Definitely a little bit of time travel kind of stuff happens in the film because they're in the ship and they're in stasis. And he wakes up, and they're on the planet, but then they have some problem with the terrain breaking down. So he tries to get the ship off, but something happens, and they end up crashing. So they end up building their new home there. And so for the next 2 years, they're working on this starfighter. They're trying to use to see if they can't get off to try to make it back home. And when he does, he goes up, does like this kind of big loop around the solar system, and pulls a Star Trek 4. So when he comes back, he realizes 4 years have passed.
That concept of the movie like really broke me, like because he's sacrificing time with the people that he loves. Like if the movie had remained a little bit more about that, I think I would have been more on board. I didn't really enjoy the I mean, I think it was fine, but I didn't really I wasn't as connected as to the first, like this whole concept of just losing everyone you love because you're trying to get and rescue everyone.
Is it in his heart, he feels like it's their fault they're on the planet.
Exactly. So like he's trying to atone for that.
Yeah. So he does one last trip. When he comes back, he realizes that his best friend that he was in the service with has passed away, and now he's in the service with her granddaughter.
Yeah. So, yeah, I thought it was fun. I can see why people wouldn't fully like it, but I'm glad you enjoyed it. I think.
I mean, I didn't say I'm not going to go buy it, but I mean, I didn't feel like I wasted 2 hours of my time like I did with Wonder Woman 84.
Wow, there's a line.
Tell me I'm wrong.
No, you're not. I'm very glad.
You still got Pedro Pascal in probably like the best thing he'll do for DC.
Yeah. I got Pedro as Mandalorian. That's all I need.
And you're getting him as the Last of Us, whatever the character.
I'm tempted. I'm tempted to maybe watching that.
I'll be checking that out tomorrow. So stay tuned. I'll be checking that out tomorrow. I think it comes out like at 8 p.m. or something. I haven't played the game, but my brother's a big fan of the games. I've got
the game and I haven't started yet. So
okay. So well, I think the first season shouldn't spoil too much of the game. I don't think. Or if you want to get the show spoiled, because it's the same creator doing it. So, so stay tuned to the channel for that. I wanna talk about a few funny things that I watched last year, and probably you guys might have as well. The first one is the Weird Al Yankovic story.
I've seen half of it. I was over I was over to a post Thanksgiving thing, and we started watching it, but I had to leave, so I don't have the thing it's on. So I got to see half it. And half I saw was fucking genius.
Yeah, you don't need a service. You just go to the Roku channel website and it's on there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I really recommend it, but watching all the way through the end.
No, I plan to. And like I said, it's fucking Daniel Radcliffe as Weird Al Yankovic. It's just like, okay. I can actually see past Harry Potter with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. He also like dude is jacked. Like,
yeah. Well, he did that like after the last movie. Like, he started like there was a play he was supposed to go in and play, and he'd gotten like, ripped.
Yeah, so I thought that was one. I don't remember laughing as much at a movie in a long time as I did watching Weird. Which also like I watched it on my laptop because you had to go to the Roku website. It was a whole thing, but and then the other movie that is funny and sad, Clerks 3.
Still haven't seen it.
You need to get to it because it's
to the nooch.
It's really, really funny, but also very heartbreaking. So that one's kind of a good mix.
It's
Yeah.
I
Oh.
loved it. It's one of my favorites of the
Oh,
year.
God damn it.
To
You
see
got me-
the Gen X journey come to this, and I mean, it's interesting because the original. I don't want to talk about it in front of Kyle because I don't want to ruin it.
No, we'll
What?
save it for our kick.
I know what
Kevin
happens.
Smith
What are you guys worrying about? I know what happens.
I know, but I would rather you experience it
Yeah,
than us
okay.
just talking about it.
You know-
because I think it hits harder.
Yeah.
Talking about this makes me everything I've been reading on Twitter and Instagram makes me want to go to Jersey, but I want to go to Kevin Smith's movie studios now. But he's doing so much cool shit up there.
Me too.
Yeah, my buddy wants to go up there too. He's like, I'm going to do a road trip to Jersey.
I also want to go. I want to go to his comic shop and then just stay and watch a movie.
Yeah, and not even that. I'm also saying, if you guys haven't done it, holy God, Quick Stop number 3. Oh
His
my
comic.
God! Like, we're in a new revolution for Kevin Smith. I swear to God, because the comic books are fucking genius.
Yeah, I'm also
Who's
waiting
doing
for his Masquerade book.
Have you not been
Who's-
reading Quick Stop?
No.
It's a
who's
comic from his imprint. Kevin Smith's got an imprint with Dark Horse.
Dark Horse, yeah, and it tales from the Quick Stop. So first issue takes place with Holden talking about how he worked at the Quick Stop right before he went to college, and it's him telling the story at the convention at ChronicCon, and right before Jay and Silent Bob's start in the movie from Reboot.
Oh,
Second
cool.
issue is Randall and Brody, because they're cousins, ending up at their cousin's funeral, who's the one who tried to suck his own dick and broke his neck. And issue 3 is talking about what's his summer camp dude from 2. Elias.
the
Elias.
Yeah, Elias.
Yeah. It's him talking about his
the Pussy Troll.
yeah. But it's his story about him being at summer camp and
Yeah.
finding out about the Pussy Troll and how that all started. And it dives hard into and it talks about first the past and then how he's still as a camp counselor, that same counselor, and how the girl who has the Pussy Troll actually tries to hook up with him, and it's not what you think. But then you realize how much he's at, and how I'm gonna say it's cryptocurrency plays a part in this issue, and it's fucking amazing.
Well, I mean that see, like, even if you know what happens in Clerks 3, crypto is a big part of the movie.
Okay.
So
But yeah,
it's all, dude. I'm telling you, like, he's just having so much fun with his toys and putting them out. He's also got another comic called Masquerade that I think the first arc is about to finish. So I'm gonna go back and I checked out the first issue. It seemed interesting enough. So yeah, we'll talk about that probably when we talk more comics. So, and I'm still trying to get Dark Horse to send us stuff, but they won't answer my calls.
I'll probably have to wait till it's collected and check it out from
Yeah.
the library.
Yeah, I'm surprised your comic shop guy hasn't just at least put the Kevin Smith stuff in your pool.
No, because I just can't get as much stuff anymore.
Yeah, well, I mean, even then, like, I figured like he would have at least thrown it in there.
Yeah, he did the minor threats though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's another one. We'll definitely go back and revisit. Maybe we'll have a whole show of like, I guess people that didn't start in comics writing out comics, and we can talk about Kevin Smith, Patton Oswalt, Gerard Way. Although I guess Gerard Way was a comic, he was a writer, and then My Chemical
But
Romance
he's
happened.
not known for it. Like everyone that's like they have a primary job and then they did a comic thing.
People whose comics is their side gig.
Side gig, yeah.
Cool. All right, yeah, but those were the two. Like, I think looking at my list of all the stuff I watched. Oh, I guess honorable mention to Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers.
Yeah.
I just love this stupid. Like, I really enjoyed how stupid.
I had fun watching it, but it was not. I was not what I was hoping it was going to be.
No, Clay was not a fan apparently.
Yeah, that got him off.
This is it. This is a breaking point. I just thought it was. I guess my favorite thing, if you can bring back that ugly Sonic and use it in your movie, I think that was really funny. There's a lot of cool meta jokes. It was definitely a lot of like, ooh, I know that thing, right? Because then you get to see like the Thundercats and all the other animated stuff that it almost felt like, which I'm surprised they haven't done another Who Framed Roger Rabbit movie. But like just seeing all those different characters together on the screen, that was really neat. And I think overall the story was funny. I love seeing all the pirated versions of these animated
creatures.
So Clay left, so I'm gonna talk about another. Oh, Kyle, do you have anything? Do you have anything else you
No,
want to
yeah,
mention?
you can go ahead.
Okay, I'll just keep mentioning movies, and if you've seen them, you can chime in. Um, I'm gonna talk about my favorite. I'll tell you that. Yeah, I'll talk about my favorite animated stuff from last year. So, of course, the Dragon Ball
I still need to see
superhero
it.
movie. I'm waiting for it to come out on. It's taking. I
I
That's
know,
the
I
one
know,
thing I hate about
I
anime
know.
movies. If you don't catch them in the theater,
Well,
it's months.
I'm pissed off because I didn't get. I mean, it's my own fault, but I didn't get a chance to go see Shin Ultraman that came out this past week in the theater.
Oh, dude, that's what. Okay, I can now I know what I thought the new Netflix show came out. I was like, I thought that came out a while back.
No, the second season did come out. I still need to watch it. No, but the new Shin
The
Ultraman, which is
movie,
sort of
yeah,
on the
yeah,
same time they
yeah,
did Shin Godzilla, came out this past
yeah.
week. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, yeah. So that's my one complaint about anime movies. Like they should come out on video like a little bit sooner.
Yeah, no argument there.
But
But I
Dragon
definitely
Ball
want to see.
Super,
I want to see Hero.
yeah, superhero was a lot of fun. League of Super Pets, I thought that was really
It was
entertaining as
okay.
well.
Yeah, it was fun.
Clay, I'm talking about animated movies since Chippendale made you leave.
No, my dog did, but
Oh, okay.
yeah, I did. I watched it. It was okay.
It's kind of funny you say Chippendales because they have that new series on Hulu.
Oh
Yeah, with
that's right,
Kumail.
With Kumail. And then also Jujutsu Kaisen Zero, the movie. Like anybody watches that anime,
Which one?
I think Jujutsu Kaisen Zero.
I've seen the manga. I haven't seen
So
the anime.
the movie adapts Volume Zero of the manga, which is
Okay.
like before we get started. So it's a different thing, but it's really well animated. And then last shout out, Sonic 2. I can't believe those Sonic movies are as good as they are. But
Do not appeal to me.
they're dumb, but they're fun. I'm looking at my list. I have it at a 4-star, so I must have really enjoyed it at the time. I don't know if it's still 4 stars worthy, but both Sonic movies like exceeded my expectations.
I'm curious what else is 4-star. What is a Sonic level in your ratings?
You can check my Letterboxd. It's and it's on there. We need to get you back on Letterboxd, Clay. I think you'd really enjoy it. I think you'd write really funny like 1 or 2 line reviews for movies that maybe have nothing to do with an actual review.
I could do that.
So okay, Clay. So I talked about it, some animated stuff. Did you watch any animated, or what else is on your list?
All right, so we've already talked Weird, Clerks 3, Guardians of the Galaxy, and Werewolf by Night. I caught The Gray Man on Netflix and loved it. It was a great action film, and it like came and went, and nobody talked about it. And I was like, this movie is nonstop action.
Yeah.
And I mean, dude, the whole cast is awesome. I mean, if you just want to watch Ana de Armas, how do you say her last name?
Ana de Armas.
De Armas. Yeah. The whole time, like she's awesome and she's just kicking ass. But seeing Chris Evans play a bad guy is so much fun. Oh shit, he is really evil in this, and it's so good.
The best mustache.
Yeah.
It is such a porn stash.
He's even worse than in Knives Out.
Yeah.
As a bad guy.
Oh my gosh. Just the stuff he does to Billy Bob Thornton in that movie. But yeah, nobody talked about Gray Man. It was this huge action film, and it has so much fucking great stunts and cool shit and good story. And it's like, I think it's like right at around 2 hours, like maybe a little over 2 hours. And I was putting it on in the background so I could paint, and I put everything down and just watched it because it just was like nonstop.
Well, the Russos have these really cool like drone shots like throughout, and obviously like wherever they're shooting in Europe, which the Russos tell you where they are because they love putting those title cards of like
big
we're
letters.
Here. But yeah, I thought it was entertaining. I thought it was. I don't know that it's not on my favorite stuff, but I enjoyed it. I would watch definitely more. I think it's interesting to have Ryan Gosling as your main protagonist.
Yeah.
I love him though.
Yeah.
He is becoming one of my favorite action stars. Like The Good Guys, Blade Runner. Like this dude's awesome.
Very cool. Very cool. All right. Do you have anything in the same vein as any other Netflix movie or something? Maybe.
You know,
I'm trying to thematically segue through our list.
Thematically,
Because
really,
I have Day Shift, which is also a Netflix movie. Vampire
I
movie.
did watch that. The one with Jamie Foxx and
Snoop Dogg as a cowboy.
I did watch that. It was okay. It didn't seem to add anything new.
Yeah.
To the genre. So you've seen most of the bits that they do in it. Other than Dave Franco, really is a weird standout.
Yeah, he's an odd pairing of Dave Franco and Jamie Foxx, but I guess once Dave Franco's character becomes what he eventually is going to be, that's probably the best. But it's really interesting. Okay, I'm gonna touch on some, I guess I'll call them mystery thrillers, maybe, kind of. I don't know.
Go for it.
All right.
I'm gonna start with Glass Onion. I really enjoy that. I love Rian Johnson. I don't know that I would say it's better than Knives Out. I feel like they're so different. Like I can't even compare them.
Yeah.
But that was really enjoyable. I love the cast. Dave Bautista is quickly becoming just one of my favorite people to watch on the screen. I can't wait to see him in not only Guardians but Knock at the Door, the M. Night Shyamalan movie that's coming out next month.
Oh God, that looks crazy.
Yeah. And then also, what's her name? Goldie Hawn's daughter.
Kate Hudson.
Kate Hudson just fucking steals the show, I think. In that movie. I just love her. Yeah, her character is so
we were talking about her last night and feel like she's a one-hit wonder. Like she did her Oscar worthy performance, like maybe her fourth role out, and that was it. Like I don't feel like she's a standout actress, but you're saying she steals the show in this movie?
I think so. Only because of I guess what happens to Dave Bautista's character. Because if he had more screen time.
Well, I definitely will be watching this week because Shelby was talking about it, and we're gonna sit down and that's what I'm going to watch this.
Check it out. Also, if you're watching stuff that's on streaming services now, the other film I put on there is The Menu. Red Fine, HBO. Yeah, it's on HBO now. I'm so glad it's on. Like, I love when movies hit streaming services because like now it almost becomes like they get like a second life.
Yeah.
Like if you missed it in theater, like that week the movie came out, I kept seeing videos and TikToks of like people discovering this movie.
Yeah, just coming off the tail of animation and everything else. One thing that just dropped, but I hear is doing really poorly. Is new Velma series. I think.
Oh yeah.
Everything about it sounds like shit except for the cast. And I saw Shaggy and I was like pissed off. I was like, I hate when they do, like this is a different version of Shaggy. It's like Shaggy is just a stoner with a dog. That's the basic character.
Yeah.
Wait, he's a stoner?
They never mentioned weed in the show.
No kidding. They're only eating. When did they ever do pot?
That's the prequel. Like that's that's like 5 minutes before the show starts when Shaggy gets hungry.
Well, I got confirmation that the Velma series is awful.
There we go. Land 13. First
stuff like that. Like, I don't even want to check it out.
I just hate when they reboot Scooby-Doo. Even the Zombie Hunter version was shit because
no. Okay, I can't believe I'm doing this. You can't go there. It's like because if you're gonna say I hate when they reboot Scooby-Doo, we can say I hate when they reboot everything fucking else.
Oh yeah, but Scooby-Doo, like to me, is just a basic cartoon. It's like these basic kids that go ghost hunting, and it's always rich white people who've been fucking up their lives. So, like when you reboot that, it essentially still needs to be this gang of kids that hunt ghosts. But the characters, like when you fuck with the character, because I feel like it's it's been on since the 70s. Like everyone
69.
has a 69. Everyone has a favorite Scooby-Doo character. I mean, for fuck's sake. I mean, I've got a Shaggy here. I've got a Shaggy and Velma up here with a Scooby-Doo. I love Scooby-Doo. But I don't want to see, I don't care if they're like, if they want to change gender swaps, but like, I still like the character at the core of who they were.
They don't even have Scooby-Doo in it. Because it's supposed to be like before.
Well, then fuck that.
Yeah, that's so weird. Like,
who the fuck wants to just watch Velma?
I feel like they had a show in mind, and they're like, oh, let's attach some IP to it that we know will succeed, and then that's kind of what had happened.
I love Mindy Kaling and like the Mindy Project and the stuff she does. I mean, Shelby consumes like all of her additional projects, like the Girls in College series, and shit. There's like two things, and I'm drawing a blank on the other one. But she loves all of her work, and I love her series. But yeah, you got to have Mystery Incorporated.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. If you're gonna tell a story, I mean, at least like maybe make it the origin of the Mystery Machine. Like, how did they get the car or something?
How did Velma get her glasses? Well,
no. I want the origin of how Fred starts wearing the ascot.
Oh, see, I love that.
Fred just got like a really like gnarly scar that he wants to hide.
Yeah.
Or
I love that.
He's an alien inside a bodysuit, and the head is where it opens, so he has to wear.
And he's been tricking him the whole time.
He's the original person that takes off the mask.
That would be great.
Cool. And then the last one in the vein of, and not so much mystery, but it is kind of a mysterious reveal thriller, whatever. Bullet Train. Such a fucking fun movie.
I've seen bits and parts of it. It looks good.
It is probably one of my best uses. Like, it has the best music of anything that came out this year, probably. And this is in a year where we have a bunch of Michael Giacchino projects, but I guess it's different. It's different the way they use music. But yeah, I love Bullet Train. It's on Netflix. Make sure to go check that one out as well. So yeah, a lot of the stuff that we have on our list, and when we put it out, I'll try to put like where you can watch stuff, different stuff, so you can go check it out. So all right, Clay, I got only a couple more things, and this is like the stuff at the top. So we could probably, if you want to go through a few of your things.
We'll
wrap up.
I continue my love affair with.
Sorry.
Do it.
There's a whole thing about Fred having a micro penis in this show.
Okay.
That may be the name of the episode.
First, HBO thought this was going to be a winner.
The HBO that canceled Joe Pera.
Yeah.
The HBO that has canceled tons of fucking great animated series. That's canceled Summer Camp Island. That's fuck HBO. Steal HBO if you can. Fuck them. Micro penis? Really? That's what a cartoon story has to be about?
Wow. Anyway, sorry to steal your thunder, Clay, but I thought it had to be addressed.
Oh, that's just fucking ridiculous.
Just like Frank Miller's thing, I felt like this had to be addressed.
We'd talk about Fred's thing. His micro thing, I guess. No, I continue to love every project Anya Taylor-Joy works on. And this year I saw The Northman and Last Night in Soho, and she just fucking rules, man. Like, directors know what to do with her and how to use her. And every time she's in a scene, she just fucking eats it up. And it's so good. Mm-hmm. Like her and Edgar Wright and Last Night in Soho, the camera tricks that they do in telling the story about how this girl is reliving another woman's life while she's staying in this room is really fucking cool. But to see the story that they're actually telling behind it is way more powerful. The Northman is just... The Northman is like if you had never read Conan and just started watching this. Like it really feels like a Conan story and is so good and just badass. And Anya Taylor-Joy shows up in this again, stealing scenes and being awesome in this. I know she has another Eggers film coming out too, and she's doing Furiosa. Like, I'm just super hyped.
2 out of the 3 Anya Taylor-Joy movies were really good this year. The third one is Amsterdam. That movie's garbage.
Oh, I haven't seen that. So
it's on HBO. I would say.
Isn't she in The Menu too? Huh? The Menu? Isn't she in The Menu too?
Yeah, she's in The Menu. So that's what I'm saying. So two movies, 2 out of the 3 movies that I watched from her. So yeah, The Northman is artistic. Conan with less great music. Yeah, the Conan music's pretty iconic.
Yeah.
And then. But yeah, Amsterdam was I don't know. I like everyone in it. We have here Amsterdam was garbage. See how they run. It's better. All right, I'll take that recommendation. But yeah, Anya Taylor-Joy is going to be in Super Mario Bros. This year, and then Furiosa in 2024. and that's all I can see for now. But okay, what else, Clay?
Did my 2 DC films, The Batman and The Suicide Squad. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't believe you haven't seen The Batman and you're not excited about it. It is
Wait,
like,
the Suicide Squad was last year, though.
Yeah, it was
right?
2021.
oh, did it not
Peacemaker was this year.
do what?
Peacemaker
was this year.
Peacemaker was this year. Oh, okay. Well, I for some reason maybe I had it on a list maybe in January.
Maybe you just kept watching it this year.
So I had it on my list there when I pulled the Batman, because I just went through all of our recommendations and that was in there. So
Gotcha.
maybe it was when it hit HBO Max.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, the Batman.
HBO Max. It came out in theater and HBO at the same time.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay.
Maybe you just were rewatching it. Maybe you just watched it again.
I probably did, because I do love that film. It has a great soundtrack and great kills.
On your list? Is Endgame on your list? I know you rewatch those a lot.
I do watch those a lot. Then the Batman, I'll just talk about that. I mean, visually, Matt Reeves is doing Frank Miller. Like, it looks just like Year One. It's a great adaptation, but it has this really cool idea at the end of what Batman is and what kind of pivots Batman into a certain direction. And I'm really curious to see how that goes, because Nolan does the same kind of pivot, but he doesn't do it until the second film, where he's going to hit, him and Commissioner Gordon are going to change what the Batman means. And in this one, it's just Batman when he realizes what he needs to be for Gotham. So, and visually, and the music, like I watched an interview with Paul Dano. In fact, the oh my God, what is the food where they eat chicken wings? The interview show,
Hot Ones.
Hot Ones, yeah. Watch the Paul Dano interview on Hot Ones. He talks a lot more about the work, things he's done, and his motivation for the Riddler. It's a really cool interview because he gives a lot of great details. And I love when actors kind of get into their motivations for things like this, because this is a really different take on the Riddler. And even the way he refers to his character, because he doesn't even refer to him by name. He just goes, "What I am."
Does he talk about his comic?
No. Just the film. I think the question was more around like his what brought the Riddler together for him.
Well, I really highly recommend the Riddler Year One comic that Paul Dano's writing. It is excellent.
Really?
Yeah. But I mean, Clay kind of blew the door off the hinges. The Batman is my favorite movie of last year because, of course, it is.
You said you weren't ranking him though.
Whatever. Fuck off. I enjoyed it so much. It broke into my top 4 at Letterboxd. I hadn't changed that list since I started. And now it's in the top 4. So my new top 4, oh, that's not my profile. My new top 4 is The Dark Knight, The Batman, Gladiator, and Captain America. The only reason I don't have Justice League, the Zack Snyder Justice League in there, is because I feel like that movie is, I don't know. I don't want to. It doesn't.
It's an asterisk by that movie.
That was an event. Oh,
Lord. It's a bit of something.
And I'm gonna say this hot take here because I've said it everywhere I've been this week. The Batman is better than anything Marvel's put out ever. So there's that.
We need to have an intervention with you.
Well, I'll raise the stakes. The Dark Knight, the Batman, and Zack Snyder's Justice League are all better than anything Marvel's ever put out. There it is. I might just. This might be a show. This one might be a show.
Can we talk about our favorite news out of 2022? My favorite news: no more Snyderverse.
Yeah, I can easily defeat your argument with.
I'm gonna be in the next episode of Intervention.
I could defeat your argument with the Inhumans. That's just so ridiculous.
With the Inhumans.
You know what?
Yeah, like using the Inhumans is the Marvel bar versus your shit.
Oh, okay. I didn't know how that related, but I was like, I don't know about that. But Sorry, Kyle, you were saying.
No, never mind. I was gonna
Okay.
say. Never mind. Just go
Moon
ahead.
Knight was
I
better
was,
than
I was just
all
gonna
of your.
throw some more on Zack Snyder.
I don't know if I'm gonna go with Clay on that one.
Moon Knight was better than all those that you listed.
I disagree.
You think Moon Knight's better than the Batman?
No, not the Batman. The Batman is really great. That's going to be the one that would be tough to argue because it's a fresh take on the origin with Matt Reeves, and I'm just a big Matt Reeves fan.
Yeah, and
I mean,
it's really got a leg up on. Like, I really enjoyed. Oh, go ahead.
No, see, Hawkeye is better than Justice League.
Yeah,
Oh,
Hawkeye is better.
I don't know about that. That's probably a different show.
Werewolf by Night is better than Justice League. And those aren't even movies.
Maybe. Okay, we can make an argument for that.
You just don't want me to watch that Justice League and break down the stories and the.
It's only a quarter of the time, though.
Speaking of all the missed chances that he had,
the garbage that is Zack Snyder's Justice League.
What a year! But oh my goodness, what a year for. Let's move on because I don't want to go on this rabbit hole. What a year for Michael Giacchino though. Like, he did the Batman, he did the music for Love and Thunder, Jurassic World Dominion. Whatever you think of that movie, like, the music was still great.
Yeah.
Lightyear, he also did the music for that.
Okay.
And then he did the music and directed the.
And this is the guy that did Werewolf by Night. Okay, damn.
So yeah, what a year for Michael Giacchino.
I was gonna say if the guy had done music videos, I could see where he got some of the stylization for Werewolf by Night.
No, I think he's just a big fan of, like, the old Universal horrors, the movies, the original. All right. I think I have a few more things that these are, like, really at the top. So we already talked about the Batman. We have a whole show about the Batman with my buddy Mike Rappin. So you can always go watch my full feelings over there. And I'll keep talking about the Batman in the future as well. Like, it's not like I'm gonna ever stop. Or Zack Snyder Justice League.
I was gonna say, we haven't even seen the DVD flyby or the Blu-ray flyby. So is it not even?
Yet. That's for special. There? That's only when I want to do it, not when you guys force me to do it. Not when you're talking bad about him.
I was expecting this.
Yeah. Real quick mention. I think if the Batman hadn't come out, these two would have been my favorite movies of the year. Yeah, I like that. Everything Everywhere All at Once. I
need to see that.
Like, in a year where we got a really cool take on the multiverse by Marvel, this movie said, "Hold my beer." They just had an even better take on the multiverse.
I've got to watch that.
You really do. I mean, Michelle Yeoh is fantastic. Keon, I forget his name.
It brings him back into the limelight.
Yeah, and now he's gonna be in Loki. Yeah, Ki Hugh Kwan. The performances are great. Jamie Lee Curtis is fantastic. Stephanie Sue's great.
I read an interview with him talking about being a child actor and the stress because, it's wild when he was winning an award for this film, as he talked about being a kid and being in Raiders of the Lost Ark or Temple of Doom. He goes, as you get older, he goes, you think that was just luck, like it wasn't any skill. Yeah. And you don't get these roles, and the roles get weaker and weaker, and you feel like you have nothing to offer. And to see him come back like this was such an amazing story, because you see that acting as a child affects you mentally. Like, you think that, oh, well, I was this, but you could never evolve into something else. He could only ever be that sidekick kid. Yep. And now, like, he's winning awards for his performances. Yep. And it's great to see, because obviously it affected him mentally, that he could never achieve what he did as a kid. Wouldn't that break your mind if you just thought, I peaked at 8?
Like, believing that you peaked at 10 years old in your life, that's got to be, like, the worst.
Yeah.
And the other movie I'll mention, this is also on Netflix, RRR, Rise Revolt. Oh, I forget what the R stands for. Rise, Roar, Revolt. This is a movie from South India, I believe. It is such a fucking spectacle. I love it. It is really fun, a really cool bromance. Yeah, thank you, Lego Rise Roar Revolt. It is also 3 years. It's also 3 hours long, but it's broken up into chapters. Like all great movies are broken up into chapters. There it is. It had, but yeah, it's really good. It's really fun, and it has probably the best dance number of 2022. So make sure to go check that out. Okay, I think that's all of the stuff I have. Do you guys have? Is there any other movies that we might have forgotten to talk about? Because I do have one. Last question, but go ahead.
I'm going to get those out there because it was the one you started with, but there was also the Disney live action Pinocchio that they did.
Oh, okay.
Which I thought was that's all right, but it's interesting seeing Tom Hanks as Geppetto.
I like Tom Hanks, but I don't. For some reason, I don't watch the live action Disney remakes.
I was curious about this one.
Yeah, I don't either.
I like how they did a Monstro though. It wasn't a full whale. It was like a mix between a whale and a sea serpent, like a squid. So they went more monsters with that. So I kind of like how that kind of came across.
Yeah, and I mean I don't know. Like I said, there was 4 Pinocchio movies out last year.
I know,
which is insane. But
yeah, everyone knows Pinocchio was the first real doll.
I don't know what that means.
You don't.
Is this a dig at Barbie? I don't know what's going on.
Google real doll.
You know what? I won't. Because I don't like to keep safe search on. I like to live on the edge. All right. I do want to mention some horrible stuff that really disappointed me. And it's three movies that really disappointed me. I did a little quick video of like the 10 things I hate and I didn't enjoy last year. The first one's Firestarter. That was just such a letdown.
More remakes. I mean, come on.
The second one is Morbius. As much fun as that movie was, like it's such a disappointment the way it was handled. All the changes that were made. Like I love the memes. I love Matt Smith. But yeah, Morbius, unfortunately, like they just keep making stuff like this that just it makes people even more disillusioned into like more movies. So
the memes were better than the movie.
Yeah. And then the last one, my least favorite thing of the year was Halloween Ends. What a fucking tragedy.
Yeah. Just a bunch of shit. Like it was like they made them expand that ending into 3 films, and they got to the last film and they just had to fill it up with stuff because they had no idea or no plan. The Jamie Lee Curtis character like evolves to such a mediocre milquetoast waste in the last film that you're like, this isn't a person who experienced all the other Halloween films. I don't get it. I don't understand. It was just bad.
Where's the badass that we saw in the first movie? Like the 2018 movie, I thought that was interesting. At least it was fun. And
she lost her daughter. Like that's the fucked up thing. Is like they just kind of write her off. Like
that's another thing I hated. I love Judy Greer. Like, and the fact that they chose to kill her at the end of that movie for not like that garbage movie. Anyway, because I also hated kills. Like they're not.
Yeah.
But anyway, is there anything you guys really dislike? And then maybe we can segue into Black Adam.
Well, I think it's a good place to start. Let's critique Black Adam.
Yeah. Okay. Let's. So we're gonna talk a little bit about Black Adam now that Kaz watched the movie. So spoilers ahead for that.
It's definitely not the worst thing DC has done.
It was the thing.
No, it's definitely not the worst thing DC's done.
It's the worst waste of money DC has done. Because this was a movie that is being kind of crammed in, hopefully going to tag on to the James Gunn universe, and really has no purpose. I mean, it's not going to go anywhere. And as a standalone story, it's not a great origin. It's very like lackluster in the JSA story, telling of the JSA.
Why couldn't it have just been, oh, he's a guy who used to be, who got power and then, just kind of went wrong. Like, we didn't need this whole backstory. It's always son was the original chosen one, gave the power to his dad and all this stuff. So back is the main villain. It's like, it should have been more like a redemption. I mean, it sort of was a redemption film, but I think they could have done a lot better with it being sort of the anti-hero and trying to find redemption in the new age.
Yeah, and I know that they tried hard to try to, compare to Marvel and what they were doing, and this was a new starting point. But that's the problem with these is everything's a new starting point with DC. I mean, we're still trying to. Are we going to have a Flash movie with Ezra Miller? Are we going to have 3 Ezra Miller movies after he's committed all these crimes?
Yeah, because he's getting help now. That's why they're actually probably going to keep him as the Flash. God forbid everything else he's done wrong.
Fuck Ezra Miller, man.
I will say this: after everything at the end of last year, I do know, and I think I've said it before on the show, I do know the Marvel and DC crossover film I want to see.
Yeah.
Submariner versus Black Adam.
Ooh.
They're the same fucking character to an extent.
Yeah, and Namor is much better than Black Adam.
Oh God, yeah. But I'm just saying, but that whole like the anti-hero, they think they're higher above everybody else. They could really kind of care less about the human race, but they're still
and they protect they're protectors of their own kingdom. Yeah, they have
they're gods in their own realm. It's like I think that'd be perfect just to.
Yeah, and that's a great point. Is like Namor was done. And I don't know the actor that played Namor. I'd never seen his work before. And he does everything in Wakanda Forever that Black Adam should have been.
Yeah.
Go watch the Forever Purge.
Really?
I'm not big on films.
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't seen that one yet.
Okay.
I love the Purge films.
I love the Purge films too. Let's see.
But yeah, Black Adam just has so many problems.
In the chat, Leonard Kim, it's embarrassing that Ezra seems to be getting more of a pass than Will Smith. Yeah, I said it. Hey, you know what? Yeah, man, the court of opinion is it's a fickle one.
Let's see. And no, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I'm not defending Will Smith, but what did Will Smith do? He went up and smacked Chris Rock. What did Ezra Miller do? He's almost killed people.
Yeah, supposedly kidnapped a person, an underage girl. Like, there's just really a lot of police involvement in this person's life to be heading up a tentpole franchise film for Warner Brothers.
If anything, it's just not a good role model for like the people that they're a big part of the audience of these movies.
I mean, honestly, it would be great to see if they could pivot and make Ezra the villain Flash of Earth 2, now Earth 3. He would be a better villain because you would already hate him.
I just feel they should move on.
Johnny Quick.
Johnny Quick, that's it. Yeah.
But
bring back Grant. Bring back Grant.
Yeah.
Hey, they're getting. Yeah. Go ahead, Kyle. I think
have you guys seen they're actually posting pictures from the last season of The Flash, and there's an image. It's Grant with a Kid Flash back in costume with Stephen Amell in Green Arrow costume and Diggle back in Spartan costume.
That's right. They announced.
I haven't watched a CW show in so long. I'd go back and not recognize.
Well, if you took the time to watch Stargirl, which is now on HBO.
Yeah, Clay. You say you like the Justice Society.
You say you like James Robinson.
It's different though. James Robinson also wrote the screenplay for League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, and I won't promote that or say it's great.
It's fun for what it is. Was it the original comic book? No, but I still had fun watching the film.
Clay,
it's like I still had fun watching Green Lantern.
Nobody had fun watching Green Lantern.
I know a lot of people that had fun watching. As long as you're not counting as a great DC film, you can still have fun watching that film.
No, you can't.
Yes,
it's so bad. It's so bad.
It's not that bad. We've been down this road.
Green Lantern is, God, an abomination for everything that it tried to do. Like making Ryan Reynolds Hal, like, oh, fuck.
Just, here we go. Green Lantern was better than Black Adam.
Hold on a second. Let it go. You bet.
Thank you, Leonard.
Leonard, someone's hacked your account. I don't think you would ever say
Green
that.
Lantern was better than Black Adam.
Whoa.
No, you're just looking at two turds.
Yes. I had more fun watching Green Lantern than I did Black Adam.
You're going, this turd's shinier than this turd.
No.
Let me make a note because that sounds like a court case.
The one thing I was looking forward to most in Black Adam, I love the fact they got screen time, but they did not do him any justice. So yeah, sorry, Green Lantern better than Black Adam.
Green Lantern is so bad.
It is not that bad. It's not great.
I almost think Black Adam is better than Green Lantern.
Oh no.
And they're both bad.
And I'm not even I'm going to say Black Adam is not a piece of garbage. But Green Lantern, I had way more fun watching that film. But to me, it still felt like a fun superhero film. Black Adam was just like The Rock. It's just like, okay.
In Green Lantern, here's what happens: the Green Lantern Corps are killed by what the fuck is the villain?
Parallax.
Parallax. Then Hal comes along, gets the ring, doesn't finish training, can't work with them. By himself, defeats the villain with no training, like he just kind of has this power, and then is able to be better than all the trained.
Welcome to every superhero film out there.
You know who else left their training unfinished and then left Dagobah?
And he still took down the Empire.
With
the help of a bunch of little teddy bears.
Yeah, so
what Green Lantern had willpower.
Yeah, but that movie sucks balls. That movie is bad.
I think we just discovered that.
I took a friend of mine to see it and apologized for taking him at the end. I was like, I'm sorry. I really thought this would be a lot better.
I got free screening passes. Went with a couple friends. They had fun watching the film, and they're not comic book. They're not comic book fans
because they didn't pay any money. That's the only reason that they.
I went back and saw it again. Paid money.
We need to have an intervention with you.
No. I'm not.
Green Lantern is
great. It is a fun comic book film. Should he have been Hal Jordan? No. He should have been Guy Gardner or Kyle Rayner. But I still had fun watching the film.
I'm just glad the heat's off of me.
Oh, we're coming back to you.
I actually getting back to Black Adam a little bit. I don't know. Maybe I'm just kind of like a bad movie watcher, but like. I thought it was really interesting.
What?
That hold on a second. To be fair, sucking balls is a positive thing for some people. Just keep it real. Let it kill. Tell it like it is. But I don't even know how to follow that up.
I'm just
Green Lantern is just so. Green Lantern is just so bad. Like, there's nothing to really enjoy in that film.
Ryan Reynolds.
No,
I had fun watching the film. I have no.
He's also in Wolverine Origins. Do you enjoy him in that?
Oh no, everything about it was garbage.
Yes, he's so like
because he had all the prosthetics, so you couldn't really tell it was him.
Well, not even that. Man. It's like at least Green Lantern tried to follow the source material. With Wolverine Origins, it's like, what the fuck am I watching?
Yeah, that was a really shit film.
Well, I mean, Wolverine, a man with an adamantium skeleton, made a Harley fly up in the air to destroy a helicopter.
I mean, I had to say it, and it was a better film, but I almost didn't have as much fun watching that either. The Wolverine wasn't exactly that great either.
You know, one thing I did appreciate about Wolverine Origins, and maybe this is just like something that I don't know what happened to it in the comics, but when I knew Deadpool as a kid, he could teleport.
Yeah, that wasn't his power though. That had to do with technology. That was from day one.
Whatever it was, I always thought that Deadpool was also a teleporter, and the film did that. Now, granted, it was for some dumb reason of
because he was an agent for Tulliver, who was basically sending him out to take out. I'm just saying, this is comic book stuff. To take out Cable. That's how he had the teleportation stuff.
Oh, see, because I always thought he teleported almost like Nightcrawler did.
No.
But I don't remember if it was like some video game or like where I got this idea from. I don't know. But I always thought Deadpool was a teleporter until I started reading the more recent comics like Gary Duggan stuff, and I was like, why are you not teleporting? But anyways, but it's okay. Deadpool and X-Men now.
I'm gonna come back and defend myself quickly. I might have enjoyed Wolverine Origins more if he'd been in the whole movie. But we only got like 5 minutes of Ryan Reynolds, so that movie was crap. If he'd been in there more to play off that character, I might have enjoyed it more.
That's the worst take on Deadpool ever, is the version in that. So to have more of that piece of shit, it just would make the movie.
We don't know what it would have evolved into. We got 5 minutes of him going, I love my sword, which still at the time, if you go back to the late 80s Deadpool, it could be the same character. He was very big on the sword. So we didn't that far apart.
the other best thing to come out of that Wolverine Origins movie was the video game.
Yeah,
The video
did hear
game
that was a good game.
really
it was good. It
Like,
was good.
the story was fun. Like, if that had been the movie,
Yeah.
I think people would have really loved it.
Holy shit! Yeah, the way you can just.
And I don't play a lot of video games, but like that game was fun.
And I'm going to say this right now because I know it's video games, but the one thing I always said that took me out of, as much as I love Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, the one thing that always took me out of there is Wolverine, again, is this guy who's been alive for like a century or two. He's like Batman. He should know how to brawl with the best of them. And all he does in there is like, I'm going to try to cut you with my claws and I'm going to get my ass kicked every other way. It's like, come on. You're this guy who should be able to know how to like do martial.
That's a good point. Why would Wolverine not ever take the time to like learn some like martial arts or something?
No kidding.
What else is he doing with his time other than smoking and drinking and getting chased by and getting his life ruined by Romulus?
Don't get me wrong, I love the first X-Men film, but I mean, he should have been able to go toe-to-toe with Mystique's fight in a building, and he just got his ass whooped.
Yeah.
You know what?
I mean, even Lady Deathstrike in X-Men 2, like he's just trying to cut her, and she's even got martial arts abilities, and Cyclops had some martial arts ability in X-Men 2, and why didn't Wolverine?
Wow, Cyclops is a Boy Scout that loves to train. I bet he schedules extra martial arts.
I mean, in the comic books, he taught Colossus martial arts. I mean, I was rereading the Burn stuff, and when they're taking on Alpha Flight for the first time, and he's trying to take on Sasquatch, and he goes to Colossus. I taught you how to fight other than just using your punches. And he goes, "Oh, that's right, you taught me judo," and flips Sasquatch down to the ground. I'm like going, "Come on!"
Oh, I'd love to see that fight, Colossus versus Sasquatch on screen.
I now know what I want Marvel for. Give us Alpha Flight.
Alpha Flight. Alpha Flight.
A TV series. Come on, it would be perfect for a TV series. Like build up. Oh my god. Sorry.
All right, Benjamin Percy's writing the current Wolverine. I'm gonna tweet at him and ask him why Wolverine, if he maybe I'll look like an idiot because he does know some kind of martial arts, but like, how come he never uses martial arts?
I'll say this much. At this point, I'm not asking. I know it's too much to ask for to him to have it. I just hope we get Wolverine in costume in the Deadpool 3. If we can get him in a costume, I'll let it all go.
The yellow or the brown one?
In a costume, period. Just wearing a mask. I want him to have the mask with the two fins sticking up.
Wow. Yeah, I would like to see that. That would
like
be
what
cool.
they showed at the end of the Wolverine, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I think that'd be cool. I'm excited. Yeah. You know what? It is going to be under Marvel now, like Marvel Studios. So
and Ryan Reynolds. It's Ryan Reynolds with Marvel, so we're probably going to get I hope a really good Wolverine in this.
Cool. Well, that was our Black Adam talk.
Green Lantern is awesome.
Yeah, I think after this Black Adam film, I don't think we're going to see another Black Adam film for a while. I don't think we'll see a DC take on Black Adam. I think this is to me, this is kind of like, I think, ruin the character for future film projects.
I know, because we still got Zachary Levi coming back as Shazam, so if they decide to do a Shazam 3, we might get something of a Black Adam.
He said there was a story I read that he turned down a cameo. I'm
sorry. Who says it has to be The Rock?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You could replace him.
Yeah. I mean, did you hear who The Rock wants to play in Marvel? He actually came to a news story and he goes, he announced what character, if he could be brought over to the MCU, who he'd love to play.
Still Black Adam.
No. Sweet Christmas.
Luke Cage?
He wants to play Luke Cage if he can come to the MCU.
I did see an interview with Mike Coulter, who they asked him about coming back as Luke Cage. I'd heard he didn't have a problem passing it on if somebody else wanted to take on the role. So I was very,
I also read another where he said he's also interested in coming to the MCU if they actually asked him.
Now,
okay.
Speaking of Mike Coulter, if you want to see him in the MCU, you have to go support his new movie this weekend with my buddy Jerry Butler. Plane, baby, Plane.
Oh God.
The spiritual sequel to Geostorm and
Geostorm had no soul. How could it have anything related to it?
You know, yesterday.
Now you want to talk about garbage films?
Yeah, Greenland was on TV yesterday, so I had it on, and it like the first part of it, like where they're evacuate. Have you guys seen Greenland?
No.
It's like this.
Is that another Gerard Butler
meteor?
film?
Yeah, it's Gerard Butler. Like a meteor is gonna hit Earth.
Oh God.
And there's this whole, I forgot about this whole sequence of like certain families get a message from the president to like evacuate to a specific air force, and they're having a cookout. So like the government reaches out through your TV and your phone.
Yeah, this was on TV. I think it was last Saturday. It was airing.
I was watching it yesterday on TNT. I mean, they replay their shit a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, like imagine you're at a cookout and the world's about to end, and you're with your closest friends, and only you get the call to like go be rescued.
Yeah.
That whole tension of like, and then like as they're leaving, like one of his neighbors is like, please take my daughter with you. Kyle, you clicked on the tab, didn't you?
No, I don't. I hit the wrong button by accident.
Okay. Yeah, like that whole thing of like your neighbor is asking you to like please take their daughter, like even if you can. But like the message was very clear. There'll be no exceptions. It's only his family that's picked, right? So like he has to drive away with like their neighbors.
Yeah,
it was really intense. I changed the channel because I was like, I think I changed it to The Fifth Element that was also on TV because I was like, I don't need to watch this right now. It brought me back to like beginning of the pandemic where everything was kind of like super shit. But yeah, I think
you mean it's gotten better?
Huh?
you mean it's gotten better?
I mean, I have a vaccine, so I don't think I'm gonna immediately die. So that's a little better. Yeah, that was scary at the beginning. Like
Gerard Butler has a really bad list of films. Like he's done a lot of really big stinkers, like Geostorm. Like, God, it would almost be easier to name his good films.
Wait, I'm sorry. Has Liam Neeson done a whole bunch of good films?
Oh, Liam Neeson sucks. Like.
My point.
Ice Road Trucker. Like he did a film called Ice Road Trucker.
Okay, I'm gonna defend the guy Gerard Butler in this one thing. The man's still working. He's earning a paycheck. At this day and age, let him do what he needs to do.
Oh man, he just does a lot of.
Whether we watch it's one thing. If he needs to make a paycheck, let him go.
Excuse me, I like Gerard Butler. I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about.
I didn't say it was bad. I just said even if the film's not great, let the man.
Look at this.
Make a paycheck.
He's in the How to Train Your Dragon movies.
Oh, he's in 300.
300?
I know, but okay, like you're holding on to that 300 like it's some great piece of cinema. He worked out. He showed up. He kicked ass. That was the point of the movie.
These Olympus movies.
Gods of Olympus was crap.
Oh yeah, that was not good.
Bounty Hunter, crap. P.S. I Love You. Why would you watch that?
I like these. Olympus, London, and Angel Has Fallen. I like those movies.
Cop Shop could have been better.
Cop Shop could have been better. Reign of Fire is fucking fantastic.
My favorite Gerard Butler movie is Rock and Rolla.
It's Dracula 2000, right?
That's my favorite. Nothing.
No, I think. Look at that Plane, baby. Let's go.
Plane, baby.
I'm gonna try to go watch that later today. Yeah. No, I don't. I think. Let's see. Let's put it by. I mean,
timeline. Oh my God, Reign of Fire, great fucking movie. Underrated. Yeah, that's so I will give it up for that.
You know, I also like Law Abiding Citizen, like where he's the bad guy.
Yeah.
Is he the bad guy?
Oh shit, he's in movie 43, so that's probably the worst.
Who isn't in movie 43 though? Oh, this one's really good too. Den of Thieves. Pretty raw film.
Oh my God, is he the voice in Tales of the Black Freighter?
Yes.
So he's in Watchmen.
Yes, he's in the uncut, unrated director's cut. That's like 4 hours. Where they spliced the animated movie into the film as if it was a comic. What an experience that was.
It's weird because he just has either action films. Or rom-coms.
Well, he was a rom-com guy for a long time, right?
Yeah.
He did this Bounty Hunter, The Breakup.
No, he was with Kate Hudson and
The Ugly Truth.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a career! I think you could do. I hear this one's really good too.
Oh, he did a Katherine Heigl movie. Fuck, God, you would have to pay me to sit through that shit.
How much?
You know the fan of Katherine Heigl?
Oh, you know what? We're gonna throw it in the Patreon thing.
Yeah, we're gonna put together a list, and you can add Green Lantern to it, but you're gonna have to put like $1,000 because I'm not gonna rewatch that piece of shit. That movie is so fucking bad. I wouldn't watch it with Ryan Reynolds unless I could sit there and give my commentary to him. But I think he knows how much
commentary for Green Lantern.
Have you seen this fast food movie?
No.
I feel like that's something right out of the 90s. Look at this cover.
Yeah, it looks 90s.
Can we just take Zack Snyder stuff out of that list?
We could do. You can't. That takes out like one of his biggest one. I think.
Dude, I forget like how good Reign of Fire is. That is just a really underappreciated film.
I finally watched it for the first time last year, and I was fucking blown away.
Two films I thought were trash when I saw them in the theater, and I've gone back and rewatched, and I thought, okay, they're not as bad as I thought they were. Reign of Fire is one. Star Trek Nemesis is the other.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I thought they were both trash when I saw them in the theater. I was just so disappointed. Reign of Fire. I was like, Reign of Fire was a movie I wanted my money back on when I saw it in the theater.
Oh fuck no, I love that.
Yeah, I've seen it since then. Now I can appreciate it, but I saw it the first time. I was like, I wish I'd walked out.
I think was that when we had like also Aragon, which was the other dragon movie.
I want to say Aragon came a little bit after that.
They came out but very close to each other, right? It's that whole Hollywood thing. Like same thing with Olympus Has Fallen and White House Down that came out like almost in the same year.
They always do that. They always do like
that happens a lot.
It was like back in the late 90s. You had like Independence Day and Mars Attacks. You had that next year they did.
I never thought. I mean, I guess both movies are kind of the same thing too, right? I didn't even think about that.
They always do too. I mean, there was one year they did Impact. It was Armageddon,
Deep Impact, and Armageddon.
So
Battlefield LA, and then
they also did was it Volcano with Lily Jones and Dante's Peak.
I'm a Volcano guy on that one.
I'm a Volcano guy.
That might be a thing. We just do like a quick list of like all these movies, and we have to pick one or the other.
That'd be easy.
And we also have to. I'm gonna put a thing on the community chat for our YouTube channel because I want people to pick what's the best comment of this show. Is it this one? There's a whole thing about Fred having a micro penis in this show. Like I cannot. Or the other comment is, to be fair, sucking balls is a positive for some people. Just keeping it real. So big shout out to
to be fair, sucking balls.
To be fair, sucking balls. That might be the name of this episode. If
I
drop it on audio. All right, let's talk about comics that we read this week and maybe other.
You talk about comic books?
You know, that was the whole idea behind it. Oh, I don't know. You guys started this show. You tell me.
It was just for us to hang out.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to jump in here first because there was one book that I'm really looking forward to getting issue 2 of.
Please go ahead because you have a lot of really fun stuff on your list.
The new Hulk comic book, Joe Fixit, is fucking, oh my god.
Who's writing it?
Oh, I forget.
Peter David?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay, I knew he was really sick, so I didn't know if this was something.
I think he did this before that, which I'm glad. Look, I hope he's better.
This I mean, just to have to go back to the Gray Hulk when he's an enforcer in Las Vegas, and to have him put down the Kingpin in this first issue is fucking phenomenal.
I should have known Spider-Man was going to be in this because Peter David is writing this.
It was right after. I know what story arc it came right after.
Yeah, look at that. Like I've never read much of, if any. This is a Chloe Hamner cover, by the way. This was a lot of fun. I agree with you, Kyle.
Oh my god.
What else? What else you got?
The other one I read was Scarlet Witch #1.
Yes.
I haven't picked it up yet, so no spoilers, please.
Okay.
I know I'm going to kick myself. I'm just guessing here, but those two #1s, it's making me feel like, wait, are we maybe kind of going back to what Marvel used to be? Actually, single story kind of comic books that are telling us, superhero stuff. Because
I hope so.
But yeah, having her, she's almost kind of like Doctor Who to an extent. Like she makes us. Well, I mean, not Doctor Who, but somebody compared her to, but having the door.
I compared it to Heroes for Hire, kind of.
Yeah. We have Kat Dennings' character now officially in the comic book universe.
Oh, really? She's in this first issue?
She's her shop assistant.
Cool.
Dude, Clay, I think you guys, both you and Shelby, are really gonna enjoy this.
I mean, basically, she basically owns her own little magic shop. Think Giles from Buffy.
Yeah.
and has a door that anytime anybody needs help can walk through it. And so
you got a cover by Russell Dodderman, and
Yeah.
you got interiors by Sarah Pichelli.
and then basically you have what do you call it? Quicksilver shows up for a little bit, and then the end of the issue, she's about to go to grab drinks with Kat's character, and the door opens, and there's Vision's daughter, and she goes, I guess we're going to drinks and hold. Technically, I have to help my daughter.
Whoa.
I'm like,
I think you're really gonna like it, Clay.
Yeah.
So make sure to
Issue
go
number
make
one,
sure you
I've got to
go-
give major props out to both those. Holy fuck.
Cool. What else? What else, Kyle? We'll just go through your list and I'll talk about
Hold
it.
on. Let me go to the. Let's see. Everything. Star Trek number 3 came out. So this is fun because you find out that they're Cisco and his team are trying to find this city with the other godlike characters, and it goes. I guess of course who shows up? Q. And you have Cisco punches Q again, but he's trying to test. He's put him on trial again, testing them to see if they can save the universe. And then one page actually has a list of everybody's like thing of like encountering Q. So you have Jean-Luc Picard. I think he's like met him like 29 or something times and gives him this whole. I think he's the most pompous. Blah 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 blah. You have Cisco. One knocked him on his ass. Another captain we never met before who's met Q, and I think he's like blah blah blah. And you have a Janeway, met him 2 times, and sometimes you tend to feel sorry for them. And it's just like everybody's listening in Starfleet's history about meeting Q, and then you have Jake and the new ensign, basically a Vulcan who's trying to be like Spock on there, trying to save the day. So and it's just and so they end up winning, but it's still fun to be seeing the series because you're getting your DS9, Voyager, and TNG kind of crew. Oh, technically original series, but Scotty's the engineer, so you got all 4 of the series on there. So
Did you see the comment this week from Nick Cage?
no,
He's not. They asked him who he'd like to be in Star Wars. He goes, "I'm not a Star Wars guy. I'm a Star Trek guy."
Yeah.
He wants to be in a Star Trek.
I don't
So
know about that.
you would accept Nick?
I would watch
Nick
Nick Cage in a Star Trek film as long as he's not the main character.
How do you make a Star Trek film where he's not the main character?
He's the villain. Okay, if he's the villain, I'd be okay. I think he'd play great like Cardassian.
Oh, that's right. You know what? We also forgot last week. We need to get Kyle to watch Renfield with us.
Watch
We
what?
watched the trailer.
Yes, the
We watched
new
trailer.
Nicolas Cage film.
Oh, that one.
Cage is a tricky. Yes.
I'm okay with it. Okay.
I think we're gonna wrap up a little early. Kyle, do you have one last thing, and then
Yeah, hold on. Let me see.
hold
on.
We'll save all these for next show.
No, I'm going to throw out. But I think you posted this one. Avengers: War Across Time.
Yeah. What? Oh man, that one came out of nowhere for me too.
They posted. I was watching comic book CBR, reading CBR, and they said that basically all this week they're going to be fighting the main villain over time, and it's Kang. So this issue, they end up fighting Kang's version of a Hulk, which the Hulk, but it's a robot, and it was a lot of fun.
Cool.
And it's done by Paul Levitz.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And with art by Alan Davis.
Is this an old book?
I thought it
that's
was
been reprinted.
No,
I picked it up. I picked it up thinking it was one of those facsimile reprints that they've been doing.
It's a brand new story.
Yep.
Is it an unpublished one, like maybe that they bought back in the day?
No, this is brand new. It ties off from it comes off from a story I think in the original Avengers line, but this is its own story. But the next issue, it's going to be Kang kind of trying to conquer the Marvel. He's going through time, take on different heroes.
Yep. And then it says the synopsis says this is Paul Levitz, his Marvel debut, unless you count a letter in Amazing Adventures #5. That I guess he sent in. That's so cool. Yeah, this was a lot of fun. Clay, I know we got to wrap up. You got anything? You want?
I finished White Lotus this week. I got the White People newsletter that we all have to watch White Lotus. So I watched White Lotus and the first season, and I'm about to start the second one. It was good. It was fun. I don't get all the hype other than it being an original story we haven't seen. It's not an IP related thing. It just has a lot of great performances.
I hear season 2's even better.
Yeah, I'm excited because I love Aubrey Plaza, so I'm going to watch that. And then, but really, like season 1, Uncle Rico from Napoleon Dynamite is in it, and I love me some Uncle Rico. Or he was also in what is that movie? Real Genius.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fun. Like the actors in it, like I've seen from other things. Plop from The Office. If you watched the last season of The Office, the guy that played Plop, yeah, he plays the best villain.
He's a good villain. He's a good villain.
He's a really good villain.
Cool.
There's just a lot of shit I can't talk about on here because it would spoil it. But yeah, I don't know if I would recommend it 100% because of the way people are talking about it. Seem to hype it up. It was entertaining, and it's 8 episodes, and it's a good watch.
I know Jennifer Coolidge got a Golden Globe for it, so I really want to watch it for that.
She's absolutely great in it. She's great in it. Connie Britton's great in it. Steve Zahn, fucking love Steve Zahn. Steve Zahn is my favorite, and everything he does in this is awesome. He just has a wild story that he goes through, and every part of him is awesome. Like,
cool.
I just am a super fan of his, so I'll watch anything he does.
All right. Well, we'll save the rest of the stuff for next week. Till next week, what we'll do is we'll talk about our favorite stuff from 2022 that's not movies or comics, and then we'll also catch up because Josh has a giant list of comics that he's read. I have a bunch of stuff to talk about, and I'm sure we'll have more next week. Kyle still got a big list from this week as well.
Yeah.
So we'll catch up on all that stuff.
I do want to put one thing out. I mean, it's not that big, but over the last month, I've been doing toy hunting videos. I've been posting to my YouTube channel. So
cool. Send me a link. I'll put it in the description.
And I wanted to show if I picked up these real quick. I did some toy hunting with friends last week. Bat Plane.
Oh,
nice.
Hot Wheels. And then I went to Dallas Vintage Toys with some friends, and then I also got Transformers doing this new Red series, and I got Soundwave.
Ooh, I like that packaging.
Yeah.
Is that the one in 35 on 35?
No, Dallas Vintage Toys, which is off 635 near Richland College.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And then we went to Madness Comics in Plano, and I ended up getting this.
Oh,
whoa,
Unico. Have you guys ever heard of Unico?
Yeah. I just never see anything for Unico because it's a lot older.
It looks like a proto pop.
Yeah, it's Astro Boy friends. So it's got Astro Boy, his sister Uran, and Kimbo the White Lion, and Unico, the figures you can get.
That's cool.
Nice.
I like that. Very cool. Yeah, we'll link it to your on here if you want to check out more videos by Kyle getting his toys. Hey, the new set, adults are buying more toys than kids now.
I know.
We have to, I guess. All right. Well, we'll leave it here. Come back next week. Stay tuned to the channel. We'll definitely I've made some notes of some shorts that I'm gonna cut up into little videos about the conversation we had today.
I'll be bringing back some of my painting this week. I've gotten my
Clay's bringing painting back.
Yeah, I'll be live streaming some of my paint work this week. I got my shower fixed, so I'll be able to.
So now he can paint.
So I've just been working on a few things that I've really kind of done.
You guys don't know that Clay paints in the shower.
Yeah, it's just kind of upheaved our whole space. So
you only have one shower in the whole house?
Well, the other shower upstairs is also broken, but where the pipe is like you have to crawl through the attic to see what's wrong, and I can't do that physically. So, but Shelby's dad came out and just installed a shower from scratch, like everything tile, and just did it all by himself, and it's amazing. So
shout out
to Corky.
Okay, cool.
That's it.
Well, that's all our show. We'll see you guys next week.
All right.
See ya.
Let's get out of here. Let's ride. Thanks everyone for watching.